Hello friends, in the series on the income tax cases, today we will discuss the importance of issuing the notice under section 143 subsection 2 after filing the return of income by the assessee in section 147 read with section 148 proceedings. The issue before the Honorable Tribunal of ITAT SMC bench was that if the notice has not been issued to the assessee under section 143 subsection 2 after filing his letter to the revenue to the income tax department, that is original return should be treated as return under section 148, but that notice has been issued before filing the letter by the assessee. So whether in that case the assessment based on the notice issued under section 143 subsection 2 before the return filing date of the assessee will be a valid assessment or not. This issue has been taken up by the Honorable Tribunal in the case of Vinod, Kumar, KASTURCHAND, Golechha versus Income Tax Officer, and this case is reported in 129 ITR Tribunal at page number 290. The date of the judgment is 17th December 2024. The facts of the present case are very interesting. In the present case, there were two assessment years. One assessment year is 2009-10 and the another assessment year was 2010-11. For both the assessment years, a notice under section 148 for the escapement of income of the assessee was issued to the assessee on 18th March 2016. In response to the notice issued under section 148, the assessee filed a letter to the income tax officer that is original return filed under section 139 should be treated as return filed under section 148, and that letter was issued on 6th June 2016. In the present case, the learned assessing officer has issued the notice to the assessee under section 143 subsection 2 just before 3 days of filing the letter to the income tax department by the assessee. After that, the assessing officer did not issue the notice under section 143 subsection 2 after filing the letter by the assessee to the assessing officer, and accordingly the assessing officer issued notices under section 142 subsection 1 and completed the assessment by making various additions. The CIT appeal also upheld the assessment and the additions. When the matter was before the tribunal, the assessee was contesting his case on the ground that in the present case there is no valid notice under section 143 subsection 2 which has been issued to the assessee, because the requirement of issuing the notice under section 143 subsection 2 is after filing the return of income by the assessee. Section 143 subsection 2 clause II says that if the assessee files his return of income and the AO is of the opinion that the assessee has understated his income or has calculated excessive loss or has paid less taxes, then he can go for scrutiny assessment by issuing the notice under section 143 subsection 2. It means that after filing the return of the income, it is the prerogative of the AO that he can go for issue of the notice under section 143 subsection 2 if he want to make the assessment. But if he makes the assessment without issuing the notice under section 143 subsection 2, then that assessment or non-issuing of the notice under section 143 subsection 2 will be fatal to the assessment. So the tribunal was of the view that in the present case, since the assessing officer has not issued the notice after filing the return of income by the assessee, since in the present case although the assessee has not filed practically the return but he has filed a letter, so filing that letter will be treated as filing the return of income by the assessee on 6th June 2016. So the AO should have issued the notice under section 143 subsection 2 after 6th June 2016, and before that if any notice has been issued, that notice will not be considered as the correct procedure of law, and in the present case the issuing of notice under section 143 subsection 2 after 6th June 2016 cannot be dispensed with, and the whole assessment is quashed because of the non-issue of the notice under section 143 subsection 2 after filing the letter by the assessee to the assessing officer. Friends, this case is very important. It just gives a very clear message that the procedures are very important for both the assessee and for the assessing officer to complete the assessments. At the end of this video, once again I am repeating the name of the case. The name of the case is Vinod Kumar KASTURCHAND Golechha versus Income Tax Officer, and this case is reported in 126 ITR Tribunal at page number 290, and date of the judgment is 17th December 2024. Thank you, friends.